Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. You and I have a rendezvous with destiny.
You know what time it is, so sit back and get ready for the Stafford Voice, your dose of conservative in a world of liberal.
3, 2, 1.
Hey, how you doing? I'm your host, Daniel Stafford, and you are listening to The Stafford Voice, where we are conservative in a world of liberal. Now, right now, I just want to go on a little bit of a rant. This has really been ticking me off, and I think you're going to understand what I mean here shortly. But I want to remind you there are many ways to listen, so wherever you're at, set this channel as a favorite, whatever you have to do so you don't get left behind. In the case you aren't already following on social media, find me over on the Twitters at Stafford Voice if you haven't done so, or you can look me up on Facebook. All you got to do is just search for the Stafford Voice, or you can stay up to date with things that are happening over at thestaffordvoice.com. Now, we just need to hope for the convention so they can decide on the nominee. Yeah, right. Before we get started on a little rant, let's hear a word about our sponsors real quick. Some crowdfunding sites are too liberal and keep more for themselves. Even worse, if they don't like you or someone gets offended, they'll cancel your campaign. But not at WNJ Funding. They hold true to conservative and libertarian values. Plus, they won't cave to the PC crowd. More importantly, they believe in you. RWNJFunding.com. The right cause, the right values, done right. RWNJFunding.com.
Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Nothing will protect you quite like your sidearm, so why not give it the protection it deserves? Something as strong as the Second Amendment and stands the test of time, and better yet, made in the USA. A Rebel Road Tactical Custom Kydex holster is that and more. Call now and place your order with Rebel Road Tactical at 682-217-4579. Again, 682-217-4579, or online at rebelroadtactical.com. Okay, as I get into this rant, if at any point you completely disagree with what I have to say, that's fine. But do me a favor. If you agree with what I have to say, share it on social media. Share it on Twitter. Share it on Facebook. Please tag me in it so I know that you're listening, whether you like it or not. But all this talk about deciding who will be the nominee by going to the convention is really starting to tick me off. So let me rant for just a minute. And I'm going to be completely honest because I know neither one of us would have it any other way. Is it not one of the qualities of the Republican Party to quote unquote let the people decide? Seriously, it's supposed to be the party that quote listens to the voters. Benjamin Franklin said, listen, he said, those who would give up essential liberty to purchase a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety. That gives some important context into this entire situation. Sending this mess of the election to the convention only to pick someone else other than Donald Trump is stupid and ridiculous. Trust me when I say this, I'm not a Trump fan. Okay? I have never jumped on the Trump train, and I don't intend to do so. However, but let's leave it up to the voters that voted and supported the candidates through the insanely long and drawn-out primary process. We've spent an enormous amount of time narrowing down the candidates to this point, and despite many of them that stayed in the race far too long, where we are right now is a result of the party itself. It's all these stupid rules. Look, I'm fine with rules, really I am, but it's the rules that are going to be the downfall to the party. And heaven forbid, even worse, the nation itself. We risk losing everything, and maybe this is exactly the wake-up call many people need to screw their heads on straight. But sending this mess to the convention would be political party suicide. Who in their right mind would willingly support a party that rejects the eventual nominee that was selected by the people? You would have to be stupid to support that idea. I get it. Your guy or gal didn't win and didn't get to become the nominee. Boo-hoo. Get a tissue for these issues. There are bigger things that need to be addressed. And before we get too far off topic here, think about how this could play out. If this goes to the convention to be contested and maybe even brokered, and a few people who think they know better than you go completely around the majority of Republicans who've decided on Trump and pick someone else, you can be assured that victory is certain for the Democrats. If this is the scenario that plays out, Trump would wind up giving a big, huge middle finger to the Republican Party and run as an independent. It would be a three-legged race between whoever the Republicans handpick, Donald Trump as an independent, and whoever the Democrats settle on. And right now, it looks more likely to be Hillary Clinton. This is how we lose. Not only the election, but the nation. Clinton is just right of being a complete socialist. If the Democrats nominate Bernie Sanders, he's a self-admitted socialist. Socialism leads to communism, but that's something we've already covered. But in all honesty, if this winds up being decided at the convention and it's not who the people picked, we're completely screwed. And we will deserve whatever comes of it. I get it. I don't think Trump is the best pick. I'm not saying any of this to show my support of Donald Trump. I'm saying this out of principle to the Republican Party who, quote-unquote, lets the people choose. I've repeated this quote from Ronald Reagan so many times over, but it bears repeating again, when he said, quote, "If we lose freedom here, there's no place to escape to. This is the last stand on earth. And this idea that government is beholden to the people, that it has no other source of power except the sovereign people, is still the newest and the most unique idea in all the long history of man's relation to man. This is the issue of this election. Whether we believe in our capacity for self-government or whether we abandon the American Revolution and confess that a little intellectual elite in a far distant capital can plan our lives for us better than we can plan them ourselves." Unquote. Admit it. We have a choice. For now, and if you're okay with a few select people who think they know better than you, then so come what may. But if you are not, then put your shoulder to the wheel and press on, hoping and praying that the power resides in we the people to choose how we are governed. Rant is done, and God willing, the Stafford Voice will be back next time around. Again, follow me on Twitter at Stafford Voice, or you can look me up on Facebook by looking for the Stafford Voice. Please, if you liked anything I had to say or disliked, it's okay. Tag me on social media, whether it's on Twitter or Facebook or wherever it is, and share it. Share this rant with your friends and your family. Also, if you have any questions or comments and you would like to share them with me, you can email those to me at thestaffordvoice@gmail.com. Again, that's thestaffordvoice@gmail.com. Thank you so much for your time, and until next, thanks and God bless.